your all leadership qualities, and you will be called a leader, and people will look at you for any resolution of disputes or any resolution of conflicts or any resolution of issues arising between both people. And do not become angry or defensive. Always remember, anger is one word short of danger. Anger is ANGER. It is only one word short, D. If you add D to anger, then it becomes very dangerous and a dangerous preposition. So therefore, always remember, getting angry or getting defensive or showing your emotions is not going to lead you anywhere, but it's going to lead you to a dangerous situation, and this danger will keep your attitude of anger, while the calmness with composition will inspire calmness and will exhibit your leadership qualities. And how to avoid a conflict? If someone is being immature and lacks self-confidence, which mostly happens at a very young adolescent age, let's say the school, university, or just pass out of the university, the young lawyers, the young advocates, we sometimes feel that we know everything and we are mature enough. Without understanding, we do not know many things, and we act immature in situations which will not be appreciated and which will lead you to lack of self-confidence. So therefore, you do not lower your standards and level to the other party who acts very immature and lacks self-confidence. So it is a worthless argument or a fight. So therefore, do not stoop down to a level of the other party who is immature. Rather, engage them on a very productive discussion, which in the following sessions you will be taught how to engage yourself in a productive discussion, wide communication, wide your body language, and wide rephrasing your words that you wanted to speak or rephrasing your sentences. And instead of getting into an argumentative mode, exercise your power to manage the situation. That shows your maturity and it will also exhibit your leadership qualities and your leadership within you. Because every situation is in our power, is in our authority, and we are responsible for it. So therefore, exercise the power to manage the situation. You can either manage the situation to escalate your dispute conflicts to other level, or you can de-escalate it and resolve it. So therefore, the power is within you, and the power is in your action. So you have to be self-control and disciplined to have the power to manage the situation. The person who is in control of his emotions, of his words, of his actions, of everything that he does is a very mature, strong, and a wise person. As we started in the first slide, conflict resolution resolvers and mediators are mature, strong, wise, and good leaders. So therefore, in order to become a very good mediator, you have to cultivate the habit of being very mature, strong in all the situations. You have the power to manage the situation wisely and be a leader in all circumstances. And there are some tips that I want to give to you, what to do and what not to do to avoid a conflict or a dispute. So what do you, let's see what not to do. You do not become emotional and threaten the other party, as we saw on the other slide. You do not become emotional, and which will lead you nowhere, which will lead you to no resolution, which will lead you to no solution. And do not get defensive. Do not get angry. Do not shout. Do not yell at the other people. And you do not argue your feelings, and you do not argue your emotions, but you argue for resolution and to arrive at a solution. Do not be quick to judge or criticize, and do not use put down. Do not snub the other party. Do not treat them as they are no one, or do not treat them as they are under you. Do not tease or taunt the other party when you argue. Do not bring all the past experiences to them. Do not bring all the past episodes to them and taunt them. And you do not be afraid to walk away when things do not fall in line. When you find that things are going out of hand, you take a break or you take a pause, and if things still goes out of hand, do not be afraid to walk away for some time so that the situation may settle down. And what are the do's? Control your emotions, keep your coolness always, stay calm, control your tone and your voice, ignore the small things. If you ignore the small things, then most of the disputes are resolved, and use humor while engaging in a productive discussion with the other party. Apologize if you have made a mistake or if you're on the wrong side. There's nothing wrong to apologize and say sorry. If you think that you made a mistake, or if you're on the wrong side, or if you think that a simple sorry will put an end to the dispute, please do so. Be empathetic. Do not be a pathetic situation. Do not show. You have to show sympathy, but always be empathetic. Be firm and assertive in your path with flexibility. And let me give you an example. The last 10 minutes is left for me. So let me give you a last example. Two sisters are quarreling for an orange, which is a very standard international example all the mediators use. And they finally agreed by getting their share of the orange, because the older sister wanted the fruit and the younger sister wanted the pulp. That's the skin of the orange. So therefore, if both the sisters quarrel among themselves and they say they want equal half of the fruit, then there is no resolution. So one has to make a compromise and engage in a productive discussion and say, you do not like the fruit, you only need the pulp, you need only the skin to make a pulp to make an orange cake. So therefore, I like the fruit and I do not want the skin. So the compromise here is, both the sisters agree, the one who is interested to eat the fruit will get a full fruit, the one who will be interested to make the orange cake by using the skin to extract the pulp will get the entire skin. So that's a compromise both of them make, and they both are happy about it. So if you start arguing that you have to cut the cake into, you have to cut the orange into two and then we have to have equal parts, your argument is not going to lead anywhere to any solution. If you yell at your sister or if you yell at the other party, again, no solution is going to be seen. So therefore, be productive when engaging the other party in a discussion where the 4 steps has to be used. Stop and think. And what you stop and what do you think? You think she needs fruit and I don't like the fruit. I need only the skin to make a pulp. And redirect. Redirect your discussion to a fruitful discussion, to a engaging discussion, and explain it to her that you need the fruit and I need the skin. So I will give you my fruit, in turn you give me your skin. And investigate. So you have investigated. If she takes the fruit, you are no loser, and if you take the skin, you are no loser. So therefore, you have thought, you redirected, you think, and you also found a solution. So that is how the mediators and young mediators should start their practice and see how to arrive at the solution. And this conflict triangle we already have seen. I'll put it in a different perspective for the in mediators. So mediation supports the people, it solves the problem, and it controls the process. It is under a controlled process. Always remember, a mediator is not a judge. The mediator will not give you solutions. He will facilitate you to arrive at a solution, and both the parties have to sit, investigate, redirect, and arrive at a solution which will be acceptable to you both. Mediator will only facilitate the process and control your emotions, control your feeling, and control your arguments to arrive at a solution. So this conflict triangle is again what we have seen before, and it's very skippered, and I'm coming to the last few slides of my lecture. Mediation is negotiation carried with assistance by both the parties. So negotiation, I started with saying, if you have a dispute with a close friend, you do not involve the third party, you do not involve another friend, or you do not involve your senior, you do not involve your teacher, you do not involve anyone, but you talk to your friend and you try to solve it, which is negotiation. Now mediation is same process, but instead of you both sitting together and resolving it, you are taking an assistance of a neutral person, you are taking an assistance of a person who is mature enough, who is wise enough, who is also powerful enough to control both your emotions and to facilitate you to find a solution, amicable solution that will be acceptable to both the parties. The goal of the mediation is to reach a solution that is mutually acceptable to both the parties, and its process is based on special principles which are essentials in forging agreed and binding solutions. So once a solution is reached between both the parties, you have arrived at a solution, and as a gentleman, you have to accept the solution and live peacefully thereafter. So what is mediation? It is an additional method of resolving disputes without going to the courts. It is structured, voluntary, and it's interactive negotiation process. Nobody is forcing you to get into mediation, but now in many countries, the Civil Procedure Code, Section 89, has been amended to compulsorily involve mediation before going for litigation or before going for an arbitration. So therefore, mediators will be in great demand in the coming days. So I would highly recommend to all the youngsters today, learn mediation, practice mediation, and be a good mediator, and exhibit your leadership and exhibit your superior past to make sure that this society lives peacefully, harmoniously with all the communities that are the society. And it is made, and the mediator is a neutral third party. He uses communication, he uses negotiation techniques, he helps the parties in fulfilling their stated objectives of arriving at a solution. This is a party-centric process. Remember, the mediator cannot pass any judgment, the mediator will not pass any judgment, the mediator will not give any judgment, but he will only facilitate you to focus on your interests, needs, and rights of the parties. And what is the takeaway for the youngsters today from this lecture? You understand the position, interest, and needs for a peaceful living in the country, and you are the future citizen of the country. So you have to be leaders at your society, you have to be leaders at your community, you have to be leaders in your school, you have to be leaders in your institutions, and you have to be the leaders to the nation. So you have to show your leadership, a powerful leadership, a wise leadership, and a leadership filled with empathy. You have to be an active listener, cultivate the skills of active listening, cultivate the skills of letting go your the emotions and feelings that will hurt others, letting your argumentative manner and always be composed with calmness so that you will be able to be a leader to powerfully show others how to arrive at a conflict resolution and how to lead peacefully. And method and structures for conflict resolution process, we learned about the four processes: think, stop and think, redirect, investigate, and arrive at a solution. Ability to deal with emotions and conflict, freedom and creativity. The youngster today has got a lot of freedom and creativity, and utilize your freedom and creativity in resolving the problems in the community, resolving the problems in the society,